G'day, my name is Jay. Welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be showing my first ever proper paid commissioned artwork. Very exciting stuff. But before we get too far into that, I do have one question for you. Dogs or cats? Which make better pets and why? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, yeah? So the other week I was approached by my flatmate to draw a portrait of her beloved cat Squirtle. Squirtle is a delightful little character, and in this video I'm going to be going over the process of how I created that artwork for her. So first thing when creating a portrait of a actual creature is you need to get a decent reference image. So Cass and I had a chat. She showed me a number of photos that she had of Squirtle, and we together picked which one would work the best. I chose one that had decent lighting, had a good pose, and was in a high enough resolution that I could get a reasonable amount of detail from it. The next step is adding a grid reference. So key thing when you're doing your grid reference is make sure that your grid is accurate. So if the grid that you have set up on your paper doesn't match the grid that you have set up on your reference image, then your entire image will look horribly out of proportion. So take your time, get a ruler, measure it out. That way, when it comes to actually doing your line work and roughing in your sketch, you'll know that it is accurate and to scale. Once you've got your grid reference down, once you've got your line work in place, now you get to start actually texturing in your image. So for this one, rather than rough in the whole image and then go over the whole image in a little bit more detail and then go over the whole image again for final detail, I decided that I would start with one section, get that section done in full detail, then slowly expand to the next section and the next section and the next section and so on. That way, rather than drawing the whole image 5 times on 5 different levels of detail, you're drawing each section to final detail first before moving on to the next section, getting that to final detail, and you're just building it up as you go. That way it's a lot easier to see the progress that you're making, and because you've got one section already done to final detail, you have that section as a benchmark. You can't then half-ass the next section and the section after that. You have to stick to that level of detail. And if by the end of the image you're not happy with that level of detail, you can always go higher. So by getting one section done to full detail first, it's almost like a promise that the whole image is going to be at that level or higher. It's promising yourself that you're not going to give up halfway. Because you've already done one section at full detail, you're not going to settle for less than that. So I don't often work with colored pencils. My preferred medium is simple grayscale, black and white. Being partially colorblind, I find working with color to be quite stressful because I'm never sure if the colors that I'm putting down that I think look right actually are accurate at all. I'm never sure if they look anything like the actual image. So doing this image in full color was definitely a challenge, but it was one that I wanted to push myself for. I want to start working with more color. I want to start expanding my artistic repertoire, so to speak. And besides, Squirtle is a lovely cat, and I wanted to portray her in all of her glory. So this image I've been working on for the better part of about 4 days. Hopefully this commission will just be the first of many. So, you know, if you or anyone you know have a beloved pet that you would like a portrait of, let me know and I'll happily get to work. Thank you for tuning into my video. I hope you liked it. Please leave a comment, please subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye. Much greater moving forward. There. No, that's done. Rather than roughing in the colours as I... Fuck. Okay, let's actually figure out what I want to say. It doesn't look horribly out of proportion, and it looks like the... And you got to start making in there. That was good. I'm happy with that. Good. That made sense, and that was coherent, and that was clear. Good. I hate doing these voiceover parts.